Tiffany Henyard actually has two political jobs on two public payrolls. As mayor of South Suburban Dalton, or as she calls herself, Super Mayor.
Don Scott, the meeting wrapped up early because two trustees, as you mentioned, did not show up. Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. Without them, not enough board members were present to make official decisions.
Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, has become a lightning rod for controversy. From accusations of corruption to eviction scandals, her leadership has been marred by chaos. Her name is now linked to turmoil in the small village she oversees. Just when it seemed things couldn't get worse, the FBI got involved, accusing her of widespread corruption.
They'll turn up more and more information. They'll turn up more leads. They may turn up more witnesses. They may find a cooperator. They may find an informant, all which will benefit the investigation tremendously.
But based on what we know now, if you're Tiffany Henyard, how are you feeling?
I would be nervous.
Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, is now facing shocking allegations of embezzling nearly $2 million in public funds. The FBI claims she funneled taxpayer money into her own accounts, further deepening the town's financial crisis. Residents, already upset by her leadership, were stunned by the scale of the alleged theft. A recent financial report showed Dalton's general fund dropped from a $5 million surplus to a $4 million deficit. As calls for her resignation grow, the community is demanding accountability for what they're calling a Henyard era of corruption.
Very appreciative to receive the information today. We have the best mayor ever. I've been here since 1993, and she's the best we ever had.
You know, you're doing a lot of programs, good programs for the senior citizens, and you're doing a lot of programs for people who are on a fixed budget. But what about the people, the blue-collar people who are still carrying this town?
The timing of these revelations.
Tiffany Henyard's announcement to run for re-election couldn't have come at a worse time. Amid multiple scandals, her decision to seek another term has only fueled outrage. One resident put it simply, "She's asking for our votes while stealing from us." On top of that, Henyard is facing an eviction lawsuit. She and her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, haven't paid rent since August, and now owe thousands in back rent and fees. Her landlord, Janetta Hull, even claims they changed the locks on the house. Hull fears losing the property to foreclosure due to the unpaid rent. Next voice, next voice. The details of Tiffany Henyard's eviction have only intensified the anger of her critics. Her landlord, Janetta Hull, who once considered Henyard a friend, rented her the home in 2021 after being pressured to cancel a deal.
It looks like a misspending of tax funds. I think that's the biggest concern.
Tiffany Henyard's behavior at public meetings has sparked widespread criticism. Her clashes with Dalton trustees often lead to shouting matches and walkouts. In one incident, she called the police on workers removing banners with her face, claiming it was theft. Footage shows her arguing with officers, demanding charges. The controversy continued when Henyard appointed a new police chief, Ronald Berg, without board approval. It was later revealed that Berg wasn't legally qualified for the position.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
But
the ongoing power struggles in Dalton have left the town in disarray, with meetings canceled and key decisions delayed. Residents are frustrated, with one saying, "Nothing gets done because it's all about her." Henyard has also been accused of using intimidation to silence critics. In a viral 90-minute Facebook Live rant, she threatened to have political opponents arrested, accusing them of a smear campaign.
And Mike, Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard wanted the Board of Trustees to approve some events that she wants the township to pay for, but none of the trustees showed up for this special meeting tonight. That left the meeting canceled, and Henyard with the floor.
Will they? For many, the answer is a definite no. People are tired of what they see as a never-ending circus, and calls for Tiffany Henyard to step down are growing louder with each passing day. One thing is clear, Henyard isn't backing down without a fight. Whether it's the eviction lawsuit, the FBI investigation, or the mounting backlash from her own community, she's determined to hold on to power at any cost. But as the scandals keep piling up, even her most loyal supporters are starting to wonder how much longer she can hang on. With the next election just around the corner, the people of Dalton will soon get the chance to weigh in. Will Henyard's claims of a re-election...
We've been reporting for nearly 2 years on allegations of corruption surrounding Henyard in her capacity as Dalton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor. And now we've learned from multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses as part of a possible investigation that may or may not result in charges.
Tiffany Henyard's rise to power was calculated and strategic, with some seeing it as manipulation disguised by charm. Behind the smooth promises was a story of ambition at any cost. For those following her closely, her current troubles feel like the inevitable result of years of unchecked ambition. Next voice, next voice. Tiffany Henyard's political rise was built on bold promises, but critics saw it as a power grab. Her main focus was control, starting with placing loyalists in key positions to strengthen her hold on local government. By replacing potential challengers with supporters, she built a protective shield around herself, ensuring loyalty over public service.
That's right, John and Terrence. Tonight's meeting had a much different tone than what we've experienced previously at Dalton City Council meetings. Now, the room was full of Henyard supporters, and they wanted me to be sure to tell you that they applauded for her several times as she talked about the township.
Henyard's control over the Dalton Police Department became a major point of criticism. She appointed controversial police chiefs, including Ronald Berg, despite his lapsed certification and objections from trustees. Critics argued her focus was more on loyalty than leadership. This pattern extended beyond the police, with Henyard demanding unquestioning loyalty from her staff, even at the cost of ethics. Her former assistant, Carmen Carroll, later became a vocal critic, claiming Henyard's decision.
These things are to kind of see some of the receipts that appear to be connected to it, and I think the taxpayers really deserve better than